Hi, hello, how are we doing today? I am gonna get ready while yapping about some childhood horror stories. Just moments in my life that I was really scared and low-key. Some of them I did not make a right decision at all. So, the first horror story took place last year at my mom's house. And it all started in the morning. I was home alone, my brother was at school, my mom was at work, and my mom's boyfriend was at work. And I was staying there for a couple of weeks over summer break. Nobody told me anything. Nobody told me anybody was supposed to show up or anything. So as far as I know, I was gonna be home alone until about 1, maybe 2 o'clock. I think it was around 10, 11 a.m. I'm sitting in my room, the room I was staying at, and I had my friend on the phone. I had Looney on the phone. So imagine it with me. Window, me, bed with Looney on the phone. Okay. And I was just sitting and yapping, talking with her like I always do, until a white van pulled up to the house. And my window overlooked the front yard. So I saw the van slowly pull up, and I'm staring out the window, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I was not informed that anybody was going to be coming to the house today because they've been doing house renovations and all that jazz for a couple years now. So my only logical thing to do, stare out the window until something happens. So I'm up against the dang window, staring and just waiting. And then I was like, like they're probably taking a wrong turn or it's a package or something. So I closed the window and I continued talking to my friend. I hear something. So I open the window again and I see a ladder up against the window and someone climbing. I shut it so fast, and they're like these weird type of windows, so it was loud and I was scared I broke something because of how loud it was. And for like I think 10 minutes I was just yelling. I was just, if these guys are gonna kill me, I swear to God. I was just yelling so much because I was genuinely scared and I didn't know what to do about that. I don't know why I didn't have the instinct to call the cops. I did not even, the thought did not even cross my mind to call the cops, which is really dumb because, yeah. So I went downstairs because if there's people trying to get into my house through my room, I'm going downstairs, I'm getting my dog, and I'm gonna like go to the garage or something, or the neighbor's house. Like, I don't know. So I go downstairs and I look out the big window right downstairs. As soon as you get down the stairs, big window. It's a window washing truck, a window cleaning truck. Nobody told me anything. Nobody told me nothing. And those walls were incredibly thin, so those guys definitely heard everything I was yelling on the phone. And also Looney, #1 supporter, she's over here and she's like, I got Sprite in my water gun. Okay, girl. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. She said she got soda in a water gun in case of intruders because apparently it stings in your eyes. And the other thing was my mom's boyfriend's friend came over without telling anybody. And I lived in this house for a couple years, but I never met this friend. So I did not know who he was. I didn't recognize him or anything. But I'm sitting and doing my nails at the kitchen counter. Set a scene. Kitchen counter. The kitchen. The backyard is out this way. Big glass door. You can't see in it from the outside, but you can see out it from the inside. So I'm chilling. I'm watching Iris, because Iris, the dog, she's outside. And I'm just chilling, eating, doing my nails, whatever I was doing. Because I actually spend a lot of time downstairs when nobody's home. Because, I don't know, it's just nice. Anyways, once again, I look out the window. A work van pulls up. And I was like, okay, for a minute, because this could be my mom's boyfriend. He has a similar work van. No! Some random guy comes out of the work van. So I'm looking, I'm staring, and once again, I didn't have the instinct to call the cops. I don't know why, but I'm chilling, staring out this window. And he opens the garage. There's a garage code. There's 2 big garages outside. And there's the little flip-up things for the codes. He opens the garage. I'm like, how does this man know how to open the garage? That's freaking weird. I didn't even think of it being anyone's friend. So he opens the garage, and I'm like waiting to figure out what's going on because there's a lot of things in those garages. A power washer is one of them. He takes out a power washer and starts power washing his truck. I don't know why. It's a work truck. It's gonna get dirty. I mean, you do you, I guess. And both times my mom and her boyfriend came home and I told them about these experiences, he laughed at me. He thought it was funny I was scared. And I'm like, girl. Okay, that looks okay. Actually, I'm gonna do my eyeliner really quickly before sharing more because I need that focus. Just a little bit. Wait, this mirror sucks. What am I doing? Oh, it's a little wobbly. I can fix it. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm not too concerned with getting them sharp. I just want to get them even. In elementary school, I went camping with my mom, and we consider them our cousins, but I'm pretty sure they're one of my mom's best friends, my mama, and her kids. So we went camping with them, and I think this was at the point where these 2 cousins were in high school or going into high school while me and my brother were still in elementary school. Therefore, they were kind of like edgy and teenager-ish, like teenagers tend to be. And towards the end of the night, they were like, let's share a horror story. And me and my brother were like, no, we don't want to hear it. We are scared of that easily. No. And our cousins are like, oh, come on, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. We got peer pressured into listening to a horror story. So we ended up listening to it, and it was, I'm pretty sure it's like a famous horror story where it's a girl who's home alone for like a couple days with her dog, and her dog licks her hand every night before she goes to bed. And there's a night where she hears like a dripping, like a drip. And it's her dog bleeding out. It is her dog bleeding out next to her bedside from someone who stabbed it in the window while it still continues to lick her hand. That is terrifying. To a little kid who owns 2 dogs and would have sleepovers with her dogs all the time. I'm sitting on my bed right now. My window is facing right here. I mean, I'm on the 2nd floor, but still. So, not my brother, but me, I stayed up all night because I had one episode of Fuller House on my iPad, and I made sure it kept playing all through the night. Mostly because I was scared of the silence and the dark, and also because I don't want my brother to wake up scared, because I'm just a good sister. Okay. This was probably the scariest one for me to experience personally, and I was in elementary school. I was probably in 4th or 5th grade because I had a phone at the time, and my parents got us phones when we started walking to school alone, back and forth, so we could let them know that we got to school okay. and in case of any emergencies, stuff like that. But I think it was on summer break or some sort of break because I was up in the middle of the night. Actually, I think it was winter, just straight winter, because it was dark and I stayed up all night. So I was not very responsible in 5th grade, I guess. I was watching freaking Aphmau Mermaid Tales on YouTube Kids. And this was at a time where YouTube Kids was getting hacked quite a bit, which my mom told us about. Good. She told us about it, and she was like, it's up to you if you want to keep the app or not. We would prefer you don't. And I'm over here like, okay, but I need to watch my show, so I'm going to keep it. And I was never too fond of TV shows. I just really liked YouTube. So I watched it. It's the middle of the night. I'm on the top bunk of my bed. I'm facing the wall. And all of a sudden, my screen goes to black. Not completely, like a break for an ad. And I'm sitting over here just waiting for an ad. I was half asleep. I just wanted to fall asleep. I was getting ready to skip the ad, and I'm pretty sure at the time the movie Pennywise, or It, was getting released. I honestly don't remember when that movie came out, but I got an advertisement for that movie. And the first thing to appear on my screen when that advertisement started rolling was the clown banging his head against the subway window. That was terrifying. My phone was set pretty loudly, and overall that was scary to a kid. And it was like, I don't remember if he was bleeding or anything, but I can't deal with, in media, people hurting themselves or people hurting kids. Like, I cannot do it. Any horror movie where they get possessed and they start harming themselves, I can't watch it. I need to, like, leave for that scene. So that happened, and I don't remember what I did. I think I just shut it off really quickly, and then I got scared, so I went to Netflix and I started watching Fuller House because that was my goat of a show as a kid and throughout middle school. And I think I fell asleep like that. Or I didn't, I don't remember. But a couple years later, I actually saw the full advertisement, and it included that scene. It included a little bit of that scene. And I was like, if this movie is just getting advertisements years, like 5 years later, what did I see that night? Because there is no way a little kid who has never heard of It the Clown is gonna just imagine that scene. It was weird. I did not like it. I did not like it. Okay, I have a little bit more to do, so I have one, I know I said this 2 stories ago, one final story to share. And this is how one of my best friends low-key kind of traumatized me in school. Once again, elementary school. There are some things going on in elementary school. My best friend, well, one of my best friends at the time, decided to share with me a horror story. And low-key, this was kind of like opening my eyes to the world of horror, which I now love the concept of. And she decided to tell me, a 4th grader, the story of the slit-mouthed woman, knowing I walk home alone every day. Lovely. And low-key, that was just kind of it. She told me the story, and I was scared to walk alone, which is funny because I don't live in anywhere close to where that story originates at all. Like, I mean, I don't know if urban legends native to places can travel the world to scare people. That'd be kind of funny. But I don't know, I was terrified of it. I couldn't sleep for a couple nights, but I didn't want to admit I was scared. And later down the line, I actually love those stories. I got super into Japanese urban legends in, I think 8th grade. I got super into them, and I would, like, tell my mom about them, because there were some cool ones. There were some not so cool ones, but nothing, like, too traumatizing for the middle school me. Middle school was the time I got into horror. I started watching people like Loey Lane on YouTube, And this one girl, I think her name's Lissy? She did a lot of, not Five Nights at Freddy's. Did I do my upper lashes on the side? No, I didn't. She did a lot of, when all the conspiracy about Chuck E. Cheese was going on, about how they recycled pizza and whatnot, and how their animatronics just look terrifying. I don't think I've ever been to a Chuck E. Cheese, not that I remember, so I watched those videos and I was kind of into them. They low-key scared me, but I was still into them. I was like, yes. I'm scared, but I can't stop watching. I need to see more. But yeah, other than that, I've had like a relatively normal childhood. I never had a ghost in the closet, or I never had like a monster in the closet or a monster under the bed. Me and my brother were pretty good. I mean, as a kid, I was really scared of Halloween as a whole. I didn't like the scary decorations. My mom actually used to decorate most of the house with Sugar Skulls and Betsy Johnson, because at the time Betsy Johnson was doing more school stuff like that. And it scared me, and now I miss it, and I love it, and I agree with my mom. I love Betsy Johnson skulls. I think they're cool. But other than that, like, that's kind of it. Me and my brother were never really left home alone in our elementary days. We just kind of vibed. I mean, a little one, if anyone has a sibling that plays video games, they'll probably understand. I was home alone with my brother for the weekend, and he was playing games. I believe with our cousins. Oh, that glue is not ready. I believe he was playing with our cousins. And he was downstairs, I was upstairs. Like, he was down in the basement type downstairs, and I was on the second floor of the house. And he starts screaming. And for a minute, I'm like, okay, this is just another game. These are uneven. Oh, these are really uneven. For a minute, I was thinking it was just another game because he yells a lot while playing games. But he usually has, like, the kind of yelling and laughing that I kind of do. No! He was, like, full-on screaming bloody murder down there. So I got scared. I was like, is my brother being murdered downstairs? So I called my dad. And my dad called my brother. And he was like, you're freaking your sister out. Can you chill? And he was confused because he was like, what? He was playing games with my cousins. They were playing something similar to Flee the Facility, but not Flee the Facility on Roblox. And that's literally it. But it scared the crap out of me because I didn't know if I needed to leave or help or if I stood a chance. So yeah, those are my horror stories from my childhood. And, oh, my hair. And this is pretty much the end of getting ready. I mean, other than this, the only thing I'm gonna do is clean up my room because that's a part of my routine. Put my headband back on. And yeah, I can try to think of other ones if we enjoy horror stories, or y'all can share your horror stories with me and I can read them or just read them to myself because I genuinely like horror stories. I think they can be fun. I just don't like it when they're about my specific area. I don't want to hear urban legends about the place I live because I live there. But with that being said, I'm done. I'm ready for the day-ish. And yeah. I live stream on Twitch every once in a while. I play games or I bake. I don't really cook as much, but I do want to cook because it's fun. And bro, look at these earrings. They are so cute. Paul Peralta? Anyways, I hope you have a good day or night. I hope you drink lots of water and you eat good food because that's what you need. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.